Adobe Acrobat has a rich and vast collection of comment and markup tools. I would like to close this file, and I'm going to open up a file called Overview. So I just double click it, and I would like to save it as, so I'm going to press Ctrl+Shift+S, and I'm going to save it as Overview Draft. And so I'll just put it on my computer and call it, on my desktop, call it Overview Draft. All right. So let's say, for example, I want to add some comments to this document. I'm annotating or I'm reviewing this document and I need to add comments. One of the tools, if I go to the tools view that you can use for comments, which is very, very good, is this comment here. And I've added that to my tools pane. So I can simply go to my overview draft and hit my comments button. This will then bring up a comments pane on the right hand side and a whole lot of tools on a toolbar that are comment related. Let's say, for example, I want to add a comment to the right of EU markets. So I click in this position, and the type of comment I'm going to add is simply this one here, a sticky note. Now when you want to add a sticky note, you can, as it says here, press Ctrl+6. But if I just click this option here, then I can click at the end of EU markets and I'm able to put a comment in the comments pane. So I might make a comment that says, don't use abbreviations such as EU. So I'm making a suggestion or a comment and I post that. And so now when I rest on this particular comment, I can actually click it and I can see that comment in my comments pane. If I wanted to have my name different, so at the moment my name is coming up as Kathy, maybe there's two of us with the name Kathy and I need to identify myself as Kathy B. You can change your username by going to Edit and going to Preferences. And on the left hand side, choosing commenting. And what we do here is we tell it that we don't want to always use the login name. If you untick that option there and go OK, then you can right click a comment and you can go into Properties. And when you go into Properties and go to General at the top, you're able to say that you want to be identified as whatever you type here. So I'm just going to put Kathy B and I'll be identified as Kathy B. And OK. And from now on, any comments that I make will be identified as Kathy B. So maybe I want to make another comment. Let's say I want to tell them to replace certain text. Well, instead of a sticky note, which is what we used here, this one here is when you want to make a note to replace text. So I might decide I'm going to click this option and I'm going to double click EU, and actually I'll double click EU and then I'll click that option. And notice this is a replace text comment, and notice that the symbol is quite different. And so instead of EU, I'll say replace with, replace text, and I just tell them European Union. That's what I want to see it replaced with. And I post that. And so I've made a second comment, European Union. And also there's my Kathy B that's updated now for my sticky note. But notice that when we right clicked this here and went into Properties, we only changed our name for sticky notes. If I wanted to change my name for this option here as well, I'd have to right click and go into Properties and say that I wanted to change my name to Kathy B for any types of replace text comments as well. And OK, and eventually that will catch up, and there it is there. It says what date and time I made that comment, so they can see how relevant or how recent that comment actually is. Okay, now just looking at the comments toolbar for one moment, you can see there's some drawing tools here, and so you can actually add drawing tools to your comments. But what I want to look at is I want to look at collapsing and expanding some of these tools. To expand this toolbar to show your drawing tools, you hit this button here and you basically expand the drawing tools. And all of these buttons here will then appear on the toolbar and you'll have easy access to these. And we'll look at these slowly as we work with comments. Or you can hit this button here, which basically collapses the drawing tools, and all of these buttons will disappear and fall under one button, which is this button here. So you can expand and collapse the drawing tools. The other thing that we need to be aware of is you can also show labels, show and hide labels. So what I want to do is right click on this toolbar and show all labels. And when you do that, you actually get an explanation of each button. So this is the sticky note comment box or tool. This is the replace text tool. So you can right click and you can show all labels, or you can turn that off just by unticking it. Okay, and the comments pane we've got down the side here. And what we can do if we click this option here is we can expand all and collapse all. I'll just hold off that for a second. Okay, so what if I don't want to see this comments panel? Because sometimes, depending on what machine I'm working on, like a laptop or tablet, this can be rather intrusive and take up too much space. I'm just going to right click either one of these comments here, and you have the option to hide the comment panel. And so if we hide the comment panel, it's now disappeared on the right. And all you do now is rest on a comment like this one, and the comment pops up and says, don't use abbreviations. If I rest on this one, it says replace it with the text European Union. So you can actually hide the comment panel and then just rest. And the different types of symbols used indicate the type of comment that's been made.